Welcome back to a brand new episode of TVGP's We Roguelike It. I'm your host, Boston. Joining me as always is Moonpeer.
Hello.
Here for week 2 of Luck Be a Landlord. Moon, did this game continue to be a problem this week?
No, I also had a lot less time this week, though, if
Okay.
I'm completely honest. I did make it up to the 6th floor. I
Okay.
am all the way up to floor number 6.
I think I'm up to floor 4 now. So
Okay.
I've finished a couple of runs.
5 things get problematic.
Oh, is everything getting terrible?
So starting floor 5, you get a null icon,
Oh no.
which gives you nothing and it cannot be removed. It only gets
Oh
rid of
no.
itself after 33 spins.
Ow.
Uh-huh. And then the floor after that, you get one less removal token per every time you get them. So instead of getting 2
Oof.
rerolls and 2 removals, you only get 1. It's
Okay.
not great, dude.
Yeah, that's a little bit rougher than I expected.
Uh-huh.
Yikes. Okay. Okay. Um, what is your? I actually wrote down this week. What has been your highest endless run that you've had? 'Cause mine this week was 16.
I think I got up to like 20,000 and then stopped the run. I was
Okay.
just like, no, I can't do this anymore. I need to stop this run. So
I think it was at
I
16 or 17 was 25,000, and I did made that payment, and then I just couldn't get enough money in the next one, and I died after that one.
Oh yeah, because I had the run I was talking about last week where I literally had 125,000 in the bank, and I
Right.
was just like, I can't lose.
Yeah, every
Literally, I
spin
just
you're just
cannot
like,
lose.
here's another payment. Let's
Yeah.
go.
And it was ridiculous. How did you find this endless run? What was your build for this run?
So my one was pickaxe, the passive item that gives you
Uh-huh. 10 gold every time an aura is destroyed.
right, with plenty of miners, of course, and
Uh-huh.
a geologist. Um,
Oh,
so
they make such a difference.
and then when I got the geologist, I immediately went and removed a ton of stuff from my deck. And I was like, okay,
Uh-huh.
I need this dude to show up every single turn without fail because I had also bought a bunch of oysters really early in that run. My deck was
And the geologist
full
does
of
so much
pearls.
with oysters.
Yeah, so like he was already seated pretty well to just eat up all those pearls. And then I picked up a dame. So anything the geologist isn't eating, the dame is buffing every time she's next to it.
And if you get them sweet amethyst buffs and they just give you +1 every time she does
Yep.
it.
So I'm like scooping up diamonds, amethysts, the rubies, like all the kind of high level ones, and then I'm
Uh-huh.
picking up as many golems as I can, as many ores as I can, and just trying to fill. So like I also had a void portal, which is a I think it was a rare quality passive item.
It it is,
Yeah.
and that it tells you how much I've played this game as a problem because that means that when a void stone or golem is destroyed, they have a chance to respawn themselves and
No,
then
this one's
be
even better. Void
okay.
portal gives you one coin
Oh yes, for everything you've
for
destroyed
every
in
8
for every
symbols you're
8.
destroyed. With
Yes.
the pickaxe, with the geologist eating all of the pearls and non-precious gems, and the
Uh-huh.
golem creating a bunch of stuff that's getting destroyed. That thing by itself was giving me 100 something, and then on top of
Yep.
that, the geologist was giving me 100 something. The dame was, so I like every spin I just had at least two if not three sources of just here's a bunch of money that just is going to continue to grow literally every
Yep.
time you spin the wheel.
It's so good. It's so
It's
good
so
getting a
good.
game-breaking run.
Yeah, and like we talked about this last week, but like that's the sort of thing I want to do in so many of these roguelikes, and that's why I get so frustrated. And I understand if that's your design ethos for your game of I don't want someone to break it. I want someone to struggle on every single run. But for me, I like struggling on 9 times out of 10 and having that one run where it's like, okay, I saw the synergy and all the pieces
Mhm.
fell together correctly. I'm just going to walk my way through the rest of this run.
Yeah.
That's the stuff that I really like, and I think this game, even as I continue to unlock more stuff, I feel like that the new stuff I get only helps me either get past rough payments or helps me get to a synergy faster or smoother or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've been I've been suffering from the problem of the lack of wealth. Have you run into the cool sunglasses before?
The cool sunglasses? I don't think so.
So it's an item that you get, and every spin, if you have 3 removal tokens, it gives you one.
Okay,
No
so
muss, no
I
fuss.
got something like that for rerolls, but I didn't get it for the removal tokens. Interesting.
Yeah. So the 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 run I had with all of the aces and diamonds and spades and everything,
Yeah.
I had like 78 removal tokens,
Jeez.
like just a bank full of them.
Mm-hmm.
The problem I'm running into now is I'm not getting removal tokens as frequently with the floor I'm on.
Oh, sure.
So it's becoming more and more difficult to just nail down a build and be a lot more strict with myself.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I had a really good run, but the only thing I was actually missing, ironically enough, was the geologist.
Oh, sure.
Um, the geologist or the diver. I was missing one of those two
Sure,
because I don't
Diver
know
would
if
do
you
really well too. Yeah, yeah.
because he destroys pearls too,
Yep.
and he destroys all of the fish things, which
Yep.
I really didn't like the item when I first saw them, but the items that remove things from the spin,
Yeah.
I was not a fan of them to start with, and then I realized how game changing they can be.
Yeah.
So like I think it's the coin on a string is one of the
Oh my god,
items,
that
and
one's so good.
it removes all of the coins from your spin and gives you one actual coin for every coin that it removes.
Mm-hmm.
If you've got a King Midas in your deck,
Yep. You're you're rich, man.
he keeps spitting out coins every time he appears, and you just keep getting
Yep.
+1 on top of whatever you've collected.
Oh, it's so
Same for the
good.
goldfish bowl,
Yep,
and
Goldfish
like
Bowl's really good. The egg carton is really good too. I like that one a lot.
I like the egg comp, but I hate the fact it only does 6. That's the only thing that bothers me
Yeah,
about
that's
it is
true.
it caps out as 6.
True.
But I like and the lint roller as well does the same
Oh,
thing
I haven't gotten
for
that one.
the
Oh,
it
for
does the same
the
thing for
rabbit fluff.
rabbit fluff.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
right, right, right.
Which I had a really good rabbit run going on.
Oh, yeah.
Like it just didn't make enough money to get there.
Right.
I also did get the ninja and mouse bonus, which is when you
Oh,
have a ninja and a mouse next to each other, they give like 5 times as many coins.
dang.
It's this game's weird, dude.
The only run I that I really want to have, and I haven't been able to get one going, is a like seeds and fruit run. And I can't. I really want to get a run going with that, and maybe like the chef or something. Like there has to be some sort of
The chef
synergy.
and Mrs. Fruit. I don't know if you've
Mrs.
seen Mrs.
Fruit,
Fruit yet.
right? I don't think I've picked up
Ooh,
Mrs. Fruit yet because I haven't. By the
you
time
never have the fruit.
Yeah, like by the time she shows up, and I'm like, well, I'm on payment like 7. I
Uh-huh.
can't switch now at this point. Um,
Yeah. I've had it show up a couple of times too late. Like
yeah,
that's where I really want to do a good veggie run too.
yep,
Like a good have a good vegan run. Just
right.
make the whole thing like fruits and veg essentially.
Hmm.
But it's the same thing. I don't run into a chef soon enough. I don't run into Mrs. Fruit soon enough.
Right.
And by the time I see them, I'm already halfway down a different one. And it's just like, do I split my difference here? And then the one good thing about Mrs. Fruit is she is a consumer. So she eats bananas. She eats all of them. She
Okay.
gets rid of them and then gets the passive bonus on like
Right.
stacked up on top of herself.
Yeah,
So
I'm
she is the geologist for fruit, essentially.
right. And I've had a couple of good runs where like I have the watering can and the compost pile and the seeds and like my fruit run is going really well, but like you said, I don't have a
Mhm.
consumer to boost all that stuff. So like I have a bunch of fruit that is generating almost no money, and I'm growing it like
Yep.
crazy, but just nothing to like get to the next step of the synergy to be like, okay, now my run is set.
Yeah. You need a good chef. You need a good
Yeah,
bartender. You need a good billionaire to throw in there
bartender,
too.
right? Yeah, yeah. So I think that's like, I don't know if there's any other runs that I can think of that I really want to have. I've had an okay like diamond and hearts run. I haven't had
Mhm.
anyone that have like really popped off.
Oh,
So
the card, like the thing that is a game changer for them is the card shark. Like the
yeah,
second you get a card shark and a joker, you're just
yeah.
like, okay, all bets are off.
I'm
No pun intended.
that's right. I'm winning this run. Um, but like that run is pretty obvious how to get that one going. But like I I'm I don't know what other synergies I think I'm chasing at the moment other than
Mhm.
stuff that I'll keep unlocking because I think I got the trophy for like the 25%, 26%, something like that. So I'm like a
Oh,
quarter
I
of the
don't
way
even
through
know what
the
to do on that. Let me check really quick.
yeah. I did find out on PlayStation platforms all of the trophies are bronze except for the like 10, 20, thirty
The
percent ones
15s.
that are
Okay, the 10s.
those are silver. It's
Of
like,
course.
okay, thanks.
I am at 24% on the achievement front.
Okay, so I think we're right. We're right sort of in the same
I
region.
guarantee we have completely different achievements too, because this is
Probably,
just
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
one of those games where here's 183 achievements.
Yeah, I don't even yeah. Um I'm trying to think of what else I'm aiming for. A lot of it is still kind of learning synergies and playing around with items and stuff because I feel like there's still just a ton of items that I haven't picked up. Like the Russian nesting dolls, I finally got those to the smallest
The
one.
little golden one.
Yeah, the little
Yeah.
golden one, and I was like, "Oh, it only gives like 7 gold
Yep. It's
per
not worth
per
the amount
turn."
of
And
time it takes to put it in.
I was like, "What the heck? That took me like 30 turns to get 7 gold.
Uh-huh.
Come on, man." So that was a bit
Yep.
of a bummer. But like I really like this game a lot. It helps too that it's like a very kid-friendly game. So
Yes.
I can
And
kind
you
of
could
play
just
it
spin
whenever.
away.
Hmm. Um,
Just
it's
make sure it
also
doesn't teach any bad gambling
true. It's also
practices.
I I forgot to talk about this last week. I really like the controls on the console. I think it's really well laid out. I also really like that no matter where your cursor is on the screen, you can always just hit triangle and we'll
You hit
do
the
a spin.
shotgun button.
Um,
Yep.
so like I really like that. I also really like they did nothing to this interface on these giant TVs we're playing it on. It is just this orange and white, super pixelated nightmare. And it's just like, nope, this is Luck Be Landlord. Now it's just
So
huge.
the good news is you can literally choose a color for everything. I don't know if you've
True.
been in the menu,
Oh my god, the
but they
menu
have the
is
color option for everything,
wild.
and the color options are all the hex codes
Yep,
for it
it's
too. So
so
like you can
good.
enter a hex code for the color that you want, which is just
And I do really
okay.
like that they have a lot of UI and menu scaling stuff. They do have like a lot of
I did
stuff
do
to
that. I shrunk down how big the slots are because I think they're 200%
it's
on
something
my
like that.
screen.
They're huge, yeah.
I I shrunk them to like 175%, and then the text boxes I shrunk a little bit so they
Okay.
show up without having to scroll on the
I should do that. Yeah, because the
on the
scrolling drives me bananas
yeah,
a little bit.
because after a spin you pick which item you want, and some of the item descriptions are longer than the screen. So I shrunk it down so they show up on one
Okay,
screen,
perfect.
and I don't have to
Except
scroll
for
anymore.
General Zardoff or whatever he is, where he's like, I
Yes,
eat one of
who
these 35 people. It's like, oh, dang, okay.
basically every person.
Yeah. I haven't had a good run with that either. That has to. I feel like if you can get
Mhm.
that run going, you probably have something pretty ridiculous.
Yep.
Yeah. I really like this game.
I,
I'm having a
I also want
blast.
a bear run. I want to make a bear run one
Oh
day. It's
yeah.
one
Cuz they
problem.
sound very strong.
So you do bears, honey, bees, flowers, and the sun. That's 5. They're all
And the
synergized
sun.
relatively well together.
Yeah,
Because the sun
true.
will boost the flowers, the bee will boost the flowers, but the bees also boost the honey, and the bears eat the honey.
Yeah. All right. Now I got a new synergy to chase down. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. All right. Any final thoughts here for week 2?
No, it's surprisingly good.
It's it's really great. I'm having a blast. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. We'll see you all next run. Bye.
Oi.